When you're supplying heat energy, ice gets converted to water. And now when you're withdrawing heat energy, water gets converted to ice. Now let's look at an example, an activity which is given in our book to observe change in a paper due to folding. Now, simple activity, you can do it at home also. Take a piece of paper or sheet of paper, fold it to make a boat. We have learned that in the SUBW classes. What do you observe? Does the size of the paper change? Yes, the size of the paper does not change. It remains the same because you are just folding it. Now you can unfold the paper and you will see that the size of the paper remains the same. So it's an example of reversible change because you have reversed the process by unfolding the paper. For making the boat, you had folded the paper in a fixed pattern, and once you unfold it, the paper will come back to its original size. Therefore, it's an example of reversible change. Now, see the activity number two. To show that salt can be obtained back from its solution. The activity is very simple. You have to take a glass of water, a burner, salt, and a bowl. Take like half a glass of water, add 3 or 4 teaspoons of salt to it, stir it well. The salt will start dissolving in water. Put the water containing bowl with salt in on the burner. Heat the burner for a few minutes. You will see that water will evaporate and salt is left behind the bowl. Let that thick salt solution cool down. The process called as crystallization for your knowledge. You will see once the thick salt solution or dense salt solution starts cooling, it converts back to crystals. In this way, salt can be obtained from salt solution by the process called as evaporation. Here, water will evaporate, and therefore, this process is a reversible process. In this activity, we notice that the change can be undone or reversed. Thus, a change which can be undone or reversed is called as reversible change. A reversible change is a temporary change because by altering the condition, you can go ahead and alter the state of substance. Now, this is the example which we discussed. This is activity 3 given in your textbook to study the change when a solid and a liquid are heated. Now, we know that when a solid is heated, the process called as melting or fusion. The solid gets converted into the liquid state. And when a liquid is heated, it gets converted into the vapor state. Now, what are the requirement? Ice cube, a glass, and water. Now, what's the procedure to follow? Take some ice cubes and a little amount of water. Heat both the substance. What do you observe? Can you get this substance back when you cool them? Your observation is when you heat ice cube, they melt to form water. But when this water is cooled in a refrigerator, it changes back into ice. Similarly, when water is heated, it changes into water vapor. And when this water vapor comes in contact with some cold surface, it again changes into liquid water. Thus, from this, we can conclude that the change can be undone or reversed. Therefore, we can say that a reversible change is temporary change. In this change, melting, freezing, evaporation, and condensation are involved. Please remember, we have done this all these processes in your previous lesson. Melting is conversion of ice to water. Freezing is conversion of water to ice. Evaporation is conversion of water to water vapor. And condensation is the process of converting water vapor into water. Now, thus we see in activity 1, 2, and 3, folding, dissolving, melting, freezing, evaporation, and condensation, all are reversible changes. But all changes are not reversible. Like your mom cooked your food. Now she cannot convert the cooked food into the raw food. Therefore, cooking of food will be an example of a reversible change. Please remember my favorite example, curdling of milk. Now, when you have converted a milk into curd, you cannot get milk back from the curd. You cannot convert curd back to milk. Now, let's take an activity to understand that change is not reversible or that is irreversible. Now, materials required here is flour, cement, and water. Take a little amount of any flour like wheat flour, cement, and water. Mix flour and cement with water. Is a new material made when flour or cement is mixed with water? Can you recover flour from water and cement from water? We observe that when flour, cement, and water are mixed, a new substance is formed. Because if you leave the cement with water for some time, it gets converted into a thick, hard mass. And you cannot convert that thick, hard mass back to cement. Therefore, it's an example of irreversible change, or the change is not reversible. Similarly, once you have added water to flour, it gets converted into a dough, and you cannot convert dough back into the wheat flour. Now let's see one more activity to show that these following changes are not reversible changes. Example: rolled chapati, raw eggs, and cake mixture. Procedure: first, rolled chapati is baked, raw egg is boiled, and then cake mixture is baked. Now here you are doing some activities. You are rolling a chapati, and rolled chapati is baked. When you bake the chapati, you cannot convert the baked chapati into a roll bag, or into a dough bag, or into a wheat flour bag. Similarly, when you have boiled a egg, you cannot convert the boiled egg into a raw egg. Similarly, if you bake a cake, you cannot convert the baked cake into the raw form. Thus, we observe that baked chapati, boiled egg, and baked cake cannot be reversed back. Thus, we conclude that these changes are not reversible changes. Just to summarize, student, we have learnt types of changes. We have done slow changes, fast change, desirable, undesirable, periodic, non-periodic, reversible, irreversible. Let's understand first the difference between reversible change and irreversible change. You can freeze the frame of this particular section and write down the difference between reversible and irreversible change in your notebook. Now you can see a reversible change can be undone or reversed. An irreversible change cannot be undone or reversed. A reversible change is a temporary change, whereas an irreversible change is a permanent change. The examples of reversible changes are dissolving, melting, folding, etc. of a substance are reversible changes, whereas mixing, burning, baking, heating, cooking, etc. of substance are irreversible change. If you observe one more thing, as you are growing up, you should observe more and try to understand the in-depth of the content. Now, all these process like burning, baking, heating, cooking, etc., there are some type of energy involved in it. Like when mixing, you are burning, you are supplying heat energy. Baking, you are supplying heat energy. Cooking, you are supplying heat energy. Let's see one more activity, and then we'll conclude for today. The activity is to show that burning of a substance is not reversible. Now, take a piece of paper, coal, wood, or a mastic. Now, take a piece of paper, three or four small pieces of coal, and a log of wood, a small log of wood. Burn them with the help of mastic. What do you observe? We see that when you burn a paper, the paper turns into ash. When you burn coal, coal will generate heat energy for some time and then again get converted back to ash. Log of wood, again, log of wood will first get converted to charcoal if you extinguish the fire in between for after some time of burning of wood. And if you keep on burning the wood, it will get converted to ash. So we have observed that burnt substance cannot be reversed back because smoke and ash which is produced cannot convert back into paper, coal, or wood. Thus, we conclude that these substances are not reversible. So, from activity 4, 5, and 6, we observed that change cannot be undone or reversed. Thus, a change which cannot be undone or reversed is called irreversible change, and irreversible change is a permanent change. Thus, in activity 4, 5, and 6, mixing of substance, heating of substance, baking a substance, burning of a substance are irreversible change. And my dear students, whatever process I've told you, like burning, heating, baking, etc., if you try it at home, do it in presence of an elder because I don't want any activity to be done without the permission or without the presence of your parents. Please remember, in school, we demonstrate the activities so that you are aware of the safety norms of those activities. So, guys, we have completed 5 types of changes. We had started with slow change, fast change, periodic, non periodic, regular, irregular, reversible, irreversible, slow, fast, periodic, non-periodic. In the next lecture, we are going to study about physical change and chemical change. That's really important. Please remember, a change can be characterized into three or four categories. In the next lecture, I'll make it sure that we are done with it. Please go through a textbook. I've used the textbook content today for teaching, but again, please read the textbook thoroughly. If you have any difficult words, try to search it from dictionary. And in the next lecture, I'll complete physical and chemical change. And then we will go ahead and discuss the question answer of this lesson. Till then, stay safe, maintain discipline, and help your parents. This is a really time to learn. So be focused on your study and enjoy yourself. Thank you.